courage this high?
I personally thought it was a little fun.
You just have to keep looking.
Welcome to I Am Courageous Television.
Today I am in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park with Emergency Manager Miss Liz Hall. Liz, thank you so much for being here.
Gosh, Gabby, thanks for coming.
Yeah, this is so much fun. I'm so excited that I get to interview you today.
Yeah, it's a fun place to be. We get to play outside and help people, so it's a great spot.
And it's gorgeous out here.
It is.
So first of all, what exactly is your job here at the National Park?
It's a little complicated. So I do a whole lot of things here. I do search and rescue. I do emergency medical services, so I'm a paramedic. And then I'm also a police officer as well, so I'm a federal law enforcement officer. So I get to do a little bit of everything and truly get to play outside every day, which is what I love to do.
So break down each of these things. The first thing you mentioned was search and rescue. What does that mean?
So sometimes when people are in the backcountry, they've gone out on a hike, they might get injured, they might get sick or tired, and we need to go and help them out. So we take things just like this. We take a litter out there and go and help them from their hike back down to their car or to an ambulance if they need that.
Oh, wow. And then you said emergency medical?
So I'm a paramedic, and again, what that means is that if somebody is hurt or sick in the backcountry and they might need some medicine to make their injury not hurt so much, or they have a medical issue that's come up, then I can help them out with that and provide them medical care and then put them in the litter and scoot them back down the trail.
Very cool. So there's all these aspects that kind of lead to the same thing, which is protecting and helping others.
Yes.
Now, how exactly did you start with this job? Was this something you always knew you wanted to do?
So this all started when I was a kid. My dad would take us backpacking, he would take us kayaking, rock climbing, all kinds of different things. And then as I got older, I played soccer a whole lot, and that kind of took over my whole life. But then I got injured, and my soccer career was over. So I was really sad, and my dad actually came in one day and said, hey, you know, I've heard about this ski patrol thing over in North Carolina at one of our resorts called Cataloochee. Do you think that would be a fun thing to do? I was 17 at the time. And I said, well, you know, I don't really know about the ski patrol thing, but I get to go skiing, I get to help people, so why not? So I became a ski patroller at 17 years old, and while I was there, another ski patroller was actually a law enforcement ranger with the National Park Service and explained to me how the job worked and said, I think you'd probably be pretty good at that job. So that's when I started my true career path to become a law enforcement ranger with the National Park Service.
That is incredible. So it doesn't sound like you have to be an adult to do this job. How old do you have to be to help out or work at one of the national parks?
It really depends on the different national parks and what your parents are involved in and things like that. With my ski patrol that I started on, you had to be 15. Here, it really just depends on what you're doing to help out. You'll see members of our team today that are 15 and 17. So it truly just depends. But you can absolutely still be a helper when you're a kid.
If you love to play outside and you are interested in helping others, this is a great way to do it. You can get your whole family involved. Now, what kind of training did you need to become a park ranger?
So I had to go to police academy and go and learn how to be a police officer. And then I had to go to paramedic school and learn how to do the medical things. And then I also had to go and learn, you're gonna see our rope rescue systems. And so I had to go and learn how to build the rope rescue systems and other trainings along the way. So it's kind of been this process of building very small pieces at a time.
And do you still have to continue learning even at the point you are now?
Oh, there's so much still that I need to learn. So I'm excited every day to come to work and be taught by my coworkers and be taught by the general public about how to be a better servant to them.
Hey, do you want to hear some music?
Yeah!
Let's go! Let's go!
He rocks in the treetops all day long, hopping and a-bobbing and a-singing his song. All the little birds on Jaybird Street love to hear the robin go tweet, tweet, tweet. Rockin' Robin, rockin' Robin, go rockin' Robin, yeah, we're really gonna rock tonight. Every little swallow, every chickadee, every little bird in the tall oak tree, the wise old owl, the big black crow, flapping their wings, singing go bird go. Rockin' Robin, rockin' Robin, go rockin' Robin, yeah, we're really gonna rock tonight. Pretty little raven at the Birdman stand, talking taught him how to do the bop and it was grand. He started going steady and bless my soul, he out-bopped the buzzard and the oriole. He rocks in the treetops all day long, hopping and a-bobbing and a-singing his song. All the little birds on Jaybird Street love to hear the robin go tweet, tweet, tweet. Rockin' Robin,
Tweet, tweet, tweet.
Rockin' Robin, go Rockin' Robin, yeah, we're really gonna rock tonight. Go Rockin' Robin, yeah, we're really gonna rock tonight. Go Rockin' Robin, yeah, we're really gonna rock tonight.
Oh, that was great. Let's get back to the story.
So it sounds like you have a lot of different tools that you need for your job. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So we have our UTV vehicle over here, and if somebody is injured in the backcountry and the trail is wide enough, we can actually drive up to them and put them in the basket in the back and provide care to them while we're riding back down the trail. There's actually a little seat back there where I can ride right next to them and make sure that they're safe as we're traveling down the trail. We also have this litter right here. We call it a litter. It's just a basket that you get to lie down in with a comfy little mattress in it.
Cool.
And there's a big wheel in the back.
It looks like a giant bicycle tire.
That's exactly what it is. It's a fat tire bicycle tire. So,
That's awesome.
So that sits right here underneath, and then we have typically about 6 people on the sides to help scoot that down the trail. We have rafts here in case somebody's in the water and needs assistance on the getting rescued out of the water. We have ropes here, so if you're down a cliff or need to come back up a hill, we can help you with that as well. And then we all have our, our personal harnesses and life jackets and everything else, so we get kitted up to help out with whatever comes up.
Now, I know there's a lot of wildlife in the park, correct?
It is.
Have you ever come across some scary animals?
We have bears here, but they typically mind their own business. So as long as you're storing your food properly and keeping plenty of distance between you and the bears, there's not that many issues. We also have elk here that were reintroduced not too long ago, so they can also be a challenge. But again, if you leave enough space between you and the elk, you'll be perfectly fine.
Do you have a favorite part of working at the park?
I truly love the search and rescue and EMS side of things. I really love being able to care for people when they're having a bad day and help them feel a little bit better and get them out to additional help out in the front country.
You keep talking about the search and rescue. How many times in, let's say, a week do you think you have to go search and rescue for someone and use your medical training?
That's a hard one because it just depends. Last year, I can tell you that we had 105 search and rescue incidents in the park. Wow. And those typically happen between the months of about May to October. So it's kind of a condensed period in there. So it's not uncommon that we go out every day in a week and go take care of people.
Wow.
So it just kind of depends.
Has there ever been a time that on the job you've needed to have a lot of courage? Because that's what our show is all about. It's being courageous. And from what you've been talking about, it seems like you have to be really brave to do this job.
One of the things I think about is what I'm going to show you today are rope rescue systems. Oftentimes, if somebody's had a car accident, they might go over the side of a cliff or something, and we have to go down and help them. So I do have to be courageous, but that comes easily when I know that I have great team members. I know that we have a plan in place. We have something called protocols, and we go through all those steps in our plan and make sure that I am safe, that our people that we're taking care of are safe, and that my team members are safe as well. So when you have a great team, it's easy to be brave.
And that is exactly like what our viewers, all you amazing kiddos, you have an amazing team that is supporting you and taking care of you, whether that be your family, your nurses, your friends. You have a whole support system that are there for you when you need your courage. So thank you so much for sharing that.
Do you like to laugh? Me too! Let's go hear some jokes.
Hey, my name is Harrison Leahy, and you might know me from shows such as NCIS, The Goldbergs, and Mighty Ducks. How do you catch a squirrel? You gotta climb up a tree and act like a nut. What did the buffalo say to his son when he went to work? Bye, son. Why does a chicken coop have 2 doors? Because if it had 4, it'd be a chicken sedan.
So now I get to meet some of the volunteers here. Liz, who are we with?
Absolutely. So this is part of the Tilton family. So this is Andrew Tilton. He is 15, and May, who is 17. And then Brian's actually one of our preventative search and rescue team members on staff with us in the Smokies.
Wow, so you said y'all are in your teens, which I'm 16, so How long have y'all been part of the search and rescue team?
We've been a part of the search and rescue team since we came here in June. So we've been a part of PSAR and search and rescue since then.
And how much training did y'all have to go through?
We'd kind of had previous training with search and rescue, just with Civil Air Patrol, just a little bit of experience, and coming here just hanging out with people on technical rescue teams.
You mentioned Civil Air Patrol. Is that another search and rescue team that you've been on?
It's a part of what they do, so they do airspace education, emergency services, and leadership.
So you mentioned that you have medical experience. What exactly is your field here?
I've been a paramedic since 1987, so for a long time, and this is just sort of the next step after retiring from fire service EMS, and I was a teacher for a long time, teaching paramedic school. We really enjoy the camping and hiking, and we've been able to participate in a lot of technical rescue training and stuff since we've gotten here. So, plus it's an opportunity for all of us to work together. You don't really get opportunities like that very often.
Has there been a time when you've been working in any of the teams you've been on that you've had to have a lot of courage?
Well, recently we've had some opportunities to go out on night hikes to do a search and rescue for someone who's stranded and doesn't have a flashlight, which is one of the things we preach with preventative search and rescue, is to take a light.
Right.
But anyway, we've gone out in the middle of the night to actually walk up trail, and it's been really sort of a growth experience for us, because we've done night hikes in the past, but to actually go up and then have to bring someone out off the trail after dark it's been a challenge, and it's been fun.
So your campaign is Be Smoky Smart. What does the SMART stand for?
Great question. S stands for stay hydrated. Bring your water.
Map your hike. Always know where you're going and where you plan to meet up if you get separated from the group.
Always wear proper footwear and clothing. It's very important to wear the right clothing and shoes.
R is remember your flashlight. The number one reason that we have to launch search and rescues for folks in the Smokies is because they were out on a long hike and forgot to bring their headlight, and it got dark and they couldn't continue to hike.
And T, last is turn around if conditions change. So don't be obstinate about sticking to your original plan if conditions change. Be ready to turn around and do it another day.
Wonderful, thank you for that. And now, I hope that whenever you're going on a hike, remember to be Smoky Smart. It's time for music. Let's go!
On the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again. The life I love is making music with my friends, and I can't wait to get on the road again. On the road again. Going places that I've never been. Seeing things that I may never see again, and I can't wait to get on the road again. On the road again, like a band of gypsies, we go down the highway. We're the best of friends, insisting that the world keeps turning our way. Yeah, and our way is on the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again. The life I love is making music with my friends, and I can't wait to get on the road again. On the road again, like a band of gypsies, we go down the highway. We're the best of friends, insisting that the world keeps turning our way. Yeah, and our way is on the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again. The life I love is making music with my friends, and I can't wait to get on the road again. And I can't wait to get on the road again. And I can't wait to get on the road again.
So, these guys are about to perform a rope rescue. Can you tell us a little bit about what we're about to see?
So we're going to simulate that somebody, I think it's going to be you,
Great.
has been injured at the bottom of a hill, and we have to get you back up the hill. So we use ropes to help us lift the litter, which is that big basket that you saw earlier, to lift that litter up the hill.
The reason we use ropes is because it actually makes it easier for us to pull you up. The system that we rigged today is called a 1-to-3 system. It means that all we have to do is pull a 1/3 of a gabby up the hill to help that basket come up the hill. Instead of having to pull a whole gabby, we just have to pull 1/3 of a gabby. We can do all kinds of different systems. We can do 1/9 of a gabby. We can go all the way up 1/15 of a gabby, and we can rig systems like that. Today, because our mountain's pretty small, we only are going to pull up 1/3 of a gabby.
So is all of me coming up, but you're just pulling 1/3 of the weight?
That's a good question. So we are going to pull all of you up, but we only have to pull 1/3 of your weight up.
Very cool. I guess that would make it a lot easier on y'all's job, huh?
That's exactly it. Sometimes when we have to pull someone up for hundreds of feet and we only have 4 or 5 people, that can be really, really hard with friction and a few other things. So we use systems like this to make our job easier.
Because this was a simulation, we went the simpler route to just show how someone would get pulled up a slope. But on a real rescue, the team would have safety gear such as ropes, helmets, harnesses, and gloves for their safety and protection. So since I wasn't actually injured, it wasn't very scary. Courage says hi.
Hello.
I knew that there was a whole team right up the slope, all protecting, all making sure it was good. And for me, I personally thought it was a little fun because you get to be pulled backwards up a little mountain. It was a very short slope, so it was very quick, but I thought it was a very neat experience. And always remember that if you ever get lost and a search and rescue team comes to rescue you, there's a whole team of people watching out for you, taking care of you, and watching your back. Liz, thank you so much for letting us interview you. This has been an amazing day. I loved getting to see all the aspects of search and rescue and your job. It's really incredible.
Oh, I'm so excited that you were able to come today and look at all of our equipment and hang out with us and learn about what it is that we do.
For sure. Now, do you have one thing that you would want to remind the kids or to give them a little piece of advice before we go?
Sure. Sometimes things can be really challenging. You can be out in the woods and injured or sick, but there are always helpers around. You just have to keep looking. So we're coming to help. Maybe for you in the hospital right now, it's your doctors or your nurses, but right here, it's the park rangers and our search and rescue team coming to help.
Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. But till then, remember that you are brave, strong, and courageous. Bye.
This has been an I Am Courageous television production.
I Am Courageous is supported by viewers like you. To learn more, visit IamCourageous.net.